I'm recording today's session. And this is for Sohail and Sai Kiran. So you can practice this week, like whatever you are, we are seeing, like client script, all those UI policy, create table creation, field creation, and I will take your instance on this Sunday. Okay.
Okay.
So practice whatever we have learned. So I will take both of you. Okay. So in
Okay.
today's session, we will see on-load client script and on-cell edit client script. So previous week we have seen on change. Give me a minute. Yeah, sorry, I'm back. So last week we have seen on change and on submit. So we are clear with that, right? Okay.
Yes, good.
So in today's session, we will see on load and on cell edit. So on load is whenever we load any form, and after loading the form and before entering any data on our form. So that is on load, and we can write a script on those. So it will run before we enter anything, but it will load. It will run on form load. So for example, if you want to fill some short description on the form whenever we are loading, so you can give that code here, and whenever your form is loaded, that will display on your form. Okay. So that is one scenario. So let me take notepad and so I can write some scenarios. One. On form load, I want to want a confirmation or alert message, like confirmation if ticket is P1. Like if my existing ticket is P1, I should get a pop-up on the page. Okay. And second scenario, like we have a caller field on our incident, right? And by default, it is empty. This one, incident. So you can see this field is empty, right? And in this by default, whenever we load any form, I want to see like login user inside this. Okay. Like if like system administrator is logged in. So whenever we load any new ticket, that should populate here in caller. So that is second scenario. Populate login user in caller field. And third scenario, like we have some users which have VIP, like VIP is a field that will be true or false for some users. So we can check if that VIP is true or false. So based on that also we can show some message. So I will show you that example. Show VIP users. If caller. Like if like we have a field caller, if that person like person inside that is VIP, then we have to show a alert box. Okay. Show a VIP user in caller field. Okay. So these are the three basic scenarios. So let's start with this P1, like on form load. I want a confirmation if ticket is P1. So going to my form, then configuration, then client script. Then I am going to new. Anyways, I will duplicate this because I want form field names as well. Yes, here. P1 alert on load. So here also I am making this to all, and here it will be on load. And show alert if ticket is P1. Okay. And here in scripting part, first I have to get value of that variable, right? If priority is P1 or not. So priority is equal to g underscore form dot get value and value of that priority field. So I'm going to that form incident. So priority. So priority is the field name, background name. So priority. Okay. If priority equal to 1, which we have done last week also, then I have to show a alert. This ticket is critical. Okay, when this will run on form load. On form load, first it will check if priority, what is the priority. If priority is P1, then it will show this alert. If priority is not P1, then it will not show this alert. So this is the use case. So saving our form, then back to incidents. Like I have to open the existing incident for form load. Let me pull this. Okay, priority, we have that. Okay, so you can see critical one, P1. So I am opening this. On form load, you can see this alert. This ticket is critical because priority is P1. So let's check for other ticket, like this is priority 5. So I am opening this. And you can see no alert message because priority is of 5. Priority is P5. Okay. So in such way, you can write anything on your form load, and that will like you can show any alert box. You can even set any field. Like let me do something. So here I will, in description, I will add something on form load. So this is alert is okay. Then we have g underscore form dot set value. Then inside a short underscore description is my field, and there I want to give some, I want to add something. First, before that, I'm giving here srt is my variable. Then I will keep the existing value of that. Short disk is equal to this one, then get, then short description plus some space. This ticket is critical. and that I'm setting here. So what I am doing, if that priority is P1, then I'm getting the existing short description. Like existing short description might have some value, right? So I am taking it that value, and here is that, and I am creating new variable SHT, and inside that I am putting this existing value plus I am giving this string like this ticket is critical. So what will be the output? Existing short description, and this is a critical ticket. It will add to short description and it will set this field. So that is the purpose. So let's see now. I have to open from here. So critical, this is the ticket which we have opened, and you can see this it is showing this ticket is critical, and inside short description this test was from earlier, and now it has added this thing here. Okay, so clear with on change this scenario. Okay, so next thing is like one more scenario: populate login user in a caller field. So for that, okay, first I will disable this thing. So I have made this inactive, so it will not run again. Going to new. Configuration, then client script. Populate caller and onload populate login the user in caller field. So first here also I have to take user ID, then g underscore form, not g underscore form, because I have to get user data, right? So I'm using g underscore user dot his user ID. So I will get his sys ID. Like I have told you, like g underscore form, we can access things from fields on the form, like get value, set value, and we have one more glide object, g underscore user, and that will pull user related data. So g underscore user dot user first name, you can leave this one, then user full name, has role exactly, has role from list, has roles, last name, user ID, username, all these things you can user data, like you login user data, you can access from here. So for now I'm taking this user ID, so I will get sys ID, which is unique for all the records, right? I will get that ID. Then var user name is equal to under g underscore user dot his get full name. Okay, so here I will get sys ID, here I will get his name, that is system administrator, I will get that name. So now I have to set, right? So g underscore form dot set value, and first I have to get name of this field in the background, it is caller underscore ID. So caller underscore ID comma user ID comma user name. Okay, so now it should set that user ID field. So first let's see, and there is something I will show after this, like what is the issue and what we can do. Okay, so I'm going here. Okay, I will not open this ticket. Instead, I will create a new one. So incident and new. You can see inside caller, whenever you are loading any form, any new thing, it will populate a login user, that is system administrator. Clear? So one more thing, like what we have written in code, like whenever we load any form, it should pull login user into caller field. But we have some existing ticket, like this is existing ticket, and here caller already is able tutor. If I load the form, it will change that existing caller ID also to system administrator, but it is wrong, right? It should not happen. Let me just show this. So see, it was able tutor, but it is replacing that able tutor with with a system administrator, and which is not correct. So for that, what we have to make change in our code. So before going to that, we will check if that record is new or not. If our form is empty, like if we are clicking on create new from here, so it means that our form is new. But here this 62, it is not a new record, right? So we have to check if that record is new, then we have to set caller field. If that record is not new, then we should not set anything. So that is our requirement. So if, and how we can check that, g underscore form dot is new record. Okay, so g underscore form dot new record will check if that field is new. If that record is new, means not inserted. If yes, then it will run this code. It will set caller. Else, if that record is already existing, it will not set anything. Okay, so just simple. If g underscore form dot is new record. Okay, so now let's go to this field. Here, create new. So you can see it is adding system administrator into caller. Okay. Then I will open any existing ticket which is already assigned to someone. You can see this ticket is already assigned to able tutor, so I'm opening that ticket. And now you can see it is not setting anything because this is an already existing ticket. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then good. So to same example, I am just commenting this, and I want to show the third scenario. Like if that user is VIP user, then we will show an alert. Okay. So how can we check if that user is VIP? First, let me show you in user table how we can see if that user is VIP or not. So sys underscore user dot list. And then we will have a field on our form called as VIP. It should have, yes, VIP. Okay, so I'm pulling that here. So if that user is VIP, it will have value as true, else it will have false. So you can see false, 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 false. So I am filtering out all the false. There should be at least one VIP. You can see this Gerard Bennett, this person is VIP. Okay, so let's check if that person is caller is VIP, then we will check this value. Okay, so for that VIP ref something. Okay, then g underscore form dot get reference. And last week I have told you that from like if that was a reference field, I am directly getting sys value of that. And if I want to set if I want to get display value, I was trying that last week, but which is not possible directly in client script but you can directly access like dot get display value. You can do that in server side script, but it is not possible in client side script. So how will you do in client side script? We can do that using g underscore form dot get reference. So reference of caller underscore ID. Yes, sir. So this caller ID, caller underscore ID is a reference field, right? Which is pulling all the user data. So that is this one, and callback and callback function. So same like JavaScript, I am writing this callback function, normal one. Sorry, back, and my open close. So this is my I'm getting a reference field. I'm able to access the reference field, that is caller ID, and whatever I will get from this reference field, I'm writing a callback function here. So inside that callback function, I can access those and I can set. So I will get this all reference field values in VIP REF, right? So I will put that here. Okay. So, okay, something. Okay, I have to comment this one also. Not this one. Sorry, this one. Yes. So this I have open bracket here, closed here. So inside this, I can access VIP ref, and I can access anything from here. So just let me try. First, I will set that in short. Okay, I will give that in alert only. VIP ref dot. I have to go to user. I will try to give this user, sorry, I will try to give this email because this is the easy one for now. VIP user dot email. So his email ID should get populated. Okay. So Able Tutors, for now, Able Tutors email ID should get populated. So saving this. So this is okay. So this is already existing one, Able Tutor. I am just reloading this form. You can see able.tutor. So we are able to access this login users, like this fields users email ID. So in same way, like actually we call this as the dot walking, like some variable dot email. So in same way, I can access his name, his all the things, like his manager also. Like in some cases, we will need like users manager. So we have that field here, right? Manager, yeah. So who is the manager of our Able Tutor? Let's check that here. Able Tutors manager. Okay, this person doesn't have any manager. So I am adding his manager as Abraham. Oh, sorry, Abraham. Abraham Lincoln is manager of Able Tutor, right? So I have to populate that. So I'm going here and I will try to give manager. So in such way, you can access all the field, all the details of that reference field. Okay. So, okay, it is showing sys ID of that person because it is also a reference field on user table, because it is like we have to choose from that reference field, right? So it is showing sys ID, and this sys ID is of Abraham Lincoln. Just let's go here and let's verify. So okay. So on top, you can say this ID, like from A8F98, we have that thing, right? So and this sys ID, we are getting this on our form for Able Tutors Manager. So here you can see the same sys ID 98F, sorry, A8F98, right? So we are able to access his email ID also, sorry, his manager also. So in same way, I want to access, I want to check if that is user, if that user is VIP or not. So I'm going here, removing this manager field, and VIP is the field. So for able tutor, I will get that as false because he is not a VIP. Here you can see it is showing false because he is not VIP. But let me make able tutor as VIP for now, just for showcasing. So I'm going here and I'm making him a true, like VIP as true. Okay. Now let's reload this form again. Here you can see it is showing true, VIP as true. Okay. So clear. And there is one more code already written on the background. If that caller is VIP, you can see this, it is showing a VIP symbol here on the left hand side, right? And this is showing in red color because that person is VIP. So this is also a client script which is written on the background, and this symbol, it is showing VIP, right? We have one code, like let me show how they have set that one. G_form dot add decoration. You can see we have add decoration. So using add decoration thing, they have added that VIP symbol there. And if you want to check add decoration, decoration service now. So you can do that from here. There should be something. Let's see from here. So this is about the decoration field, how you can set decoration. No, it is not showing. Yes, this is our form, right? Decoration. Here is our add decoration. So you can see add decoration, string name, like what is the field, and icon, what is the icon, and what is the title you want to show there. So let's scroll down and you will have example here. See, add decoration, color field, and add star and preferred member. So this is the thing you can see there. And if you want to add some color also, you have that code here. Color green. So let's copy this for now. I'm not doing anything. Just let me put in my existing code. So I'm pasting that thing here. So it will also apply on this caller ID field. So let's see what it will do. I am reloading that. See, green color star it is showing here, right? And that is because of this decoration which we have applied, add decoration. Okay. So in such way, like this is icon dot star, and I think Sharath and Rohit, you know how we can set this icon. Like this is of that Pico or something icons. So you can set that from here, like icon dot star or icon dot some other thing, and icon dot user something, and you will get that icons there. Okay. So let's just for an example, I'm setting that red color and reload my form. Okay, that color is not getting applied. But exactly that is how you can apply. Okay, add decoration. So clear about that onload. Like I'm done with onload client script for now. Are we clear? Okay, and are we clear with this get reference? Like you can access anything from this get reference. Okay. So I'm making this inactive. Okay. and then on cell edit, on cell edit. So what is on cell edit? So just before that, let's go to our incident. I am closing remaining things. And before going to that, you can refer this developer.servicenow.com, and inside this glide form. So you can check all this slide, add decoration. You will see all the examples, then add error message, add info message, add options. All these things you can explore from here. I am putting this in chart, so you can check that here. And this is the thing, like in first class I have told you, right, we can disable and we can enable attachment on the form, on the top of form. So that one. And this is for flash, like some like we have seen green color star, right? We can show that as blinking, like it will blink for 5 to 10 seconds and it will get calm. So this is the purpose, like here is the timing you can give, and here is that 4 seconds, 3 seconds. You can you can do all those things from here. So I'm pasting this link and you can have a look. You can explore this G underscore form and G underscore user things from here. This is for glide form. Same thing you can explore from for glide record. Sorry, glide user. Okay. So next on cell edit, right? So I'm going to this incident dot list all. Like if I want, like this is cell edit, I'm going to any particular cell and I'm editing that, right? So it is cell edit. Okay. So whenever I'm doing on cell edit, I have to check, I have to do something, I have to perform any action. So I can write that in cell edit. So here we will have a scenario, like whenever we are making any changes in our short description, we have to show a confirmation message, and only after accepting that, we have to show that as true. Like we have to make that changes, like similar to on change we have done on submit. First we have shown some confirmation right for P1, and only after confirming that we have allowed that to save. So same thing we will do that here. So going to incident in new, so client script, short description on cell edit. So same, and it will be also like on change, like we have seen all change, right? So similarly it will show that same code. So here on change of short description. So I am selecting on change of short description, and you can see same thing, like we have old value, new value, just some different, like sysID table, like which table, and callback function, and this something related to on cell edit. Okay. So here where sst is equal to G underscore form dot get value. Here is our short underscore description. Description. So we can get value from here. And before to that, where cn, I'm just giving con is equal to confirm, like similar to last time, confirm. Just giving simple message, please confirm. Something. And if this con is equal to true, then return true, else false. Same like we have done for on submit, right? Similar. Okay. this is the thing, and unreachable. Okay, so I'm giving that thing here, like okay, instead of return, is equal to true, is equal to false. Let's check this. If that doesn't work, then we will give some other thing. And if our call gets ended, I will send you new link. This is on our cell edit, then I am going to this. First, let me reload our form. And on cell edit, something, let me try to add. Nothing is happening. Why it is not showing the confirmation message? Okay, let me reload again. It is not showing confirmation message. Maybe I have given something wrong info. So I will send a new link, and after that we will see that here. Okay.